Good morning everyone, welcome to another Train Sim World 4 stream. Something fictional again today. I'm going to be doing a free roam return scenario from Brighton to London Victoria. Egbert, hello, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Good to see you. So yeah, just something a little bit different this morning. Well, not really different, is it? But yeah, London to Brighton. A bit of a free roam. So I've just basically already plonked the train down on the station already at Brighton. I'm using the Class 700 timetable mod as well. So hopefully we're fit in. I don't know if we'll be able to do an express service or not. Because we'll probably get held up along the way by other trains. Anyway, let's get to Brighton Station anyway. It's not set in real time, it's a little bit behind. It's probably about 10 minutes or so behind, but so yeah, timetable mod running, got the 700s in, stuff like that. And my train is just around the corner, which we'll have a look at in a minute. It's just have a quick look at the barriers. It's not a, he's getting a bit confused there, might not have a ticket. So yeah, anyway, let's get on my train today. It's a fast service to London Victoria this morning, just running from Brighton to Victoria. Nice southern liveried HST. From the Creators Club. I just thought it'd be funny, but anyway. Hello Craig, welcome. So yeah, just gonna do a fast from well, hopefully it'll be a fast. Whether it'll be a fast or not, I don't know. As always though, there will be a little bit of difference on this train. Any speed limit of 90 will mean that I will go up to as much as I can towards the 125, but any other speed limit I'll try and keep to. Although I think I'm going to do probably any 80 speed limit I'll do it up to 100, and anything 90 is 125, but apart from that, anything that's 70, 60. In a hurry, well, there's no point having a southern HST if you're going to stop everywhere, is it? You got to, you know. So it'd be interesting to see what we get stuck behind along the way. There'll be various 700s and other trains that will probably get stuck behind, but we'll see what happens. We're due to leave at about on the hour. I thought leaving on the hour would be good, because if we leave on the hour, then at least it'll be an easy indicator on how many minutes it took us to get to London. I'm hoping that we'll get there in about an hour. Although in reality, if there wasn't no trains running, you could probably do this in about 30 to 40 minutes, couldn't you really? What's the top speed? Well, this train is capable of 125 miles per hour, but whether we actually reach that is another matter. These trains normally only go up to 90. But because there's so much traffic on this route, we could probably get held up. This looks like a fun livery. Yeah, it's just one someone made up on Creators Club. It's very green, but then southern is quite green anyway. The good thing also though is because this is based off the GWR interior, then the interior of GWR was green as well. So in a way, the seats are already matching because of the green. So you could say, oh, so a southern livery and the green actually goes quite well with the interior anyway. So yeah, that's quite good. But yeah, the train's set up and ready. We've already set up the path, so I've already got a green. But I'm going to go on the hour, more or less, and then just see what happens. We'll probably get stuck behind some trains along the way, because there's trains, for example, going from Hove to up there further. So, as I said, it probably won't be a mega fast train service. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to fit in with all the traffic. And I would like to do this on a free roam on its own one day as well. Just basically set it so that there's no other trains on the track at all, and then see how long it takes to get to London if you just basically do it without any trains, if that makes sense. That is for the other train that would have been in the platform, but I've deleted it already. So we're not stopping at Gatwick. So yeah, that one went at 10:53, but we're not stopping at Gatwick. So yeah, there's a 313 just coming in. So yeah, as I said, I thought I'd start on the hour, because then it makes it easier to work out. As I said, we're hoping to get there by 12 o'clock in the game. Obviously it's not set to the real life time, so yeah, just bear that in mind. But as I said, this is just some of the fun that you can do with free roam, you see, which is quite cool. Hopefully there won't be any side effects, but we'll have to see. Anyway, we've got a couple more minutes to go. As you can see, my train is full of excitement. There's loads of passengers boarded as always. Hopefully free roam in time to come will actually have it where you can actually get passengers boarding your train. You can set consists up which are loaded or unloaded, but this train here just basically had an unloaded config, so there's no passengers in the train, so it's a little bit empty. But just think of it as an AP coaching pack really, because they're empty too. Yeah, anyway, there's the 377 over the other side. Have you ever been on the Shanghai? I've never been to Shanghai. I've seen videos of it. But the furthest east I've ever been is Finland, so no, I've not been to China. Probably not got really no. If I was ever going to go east, the only places I'd go to the east would be New Zealand and Australia. I've not really fancied going anywhere else. Perhaps Dubai, but only because I know someone there. So that would probably be the only reason I'd ever go to Dubai. But yeah. Right then, anyway, let's get on the train quick, because we've got to go in about 30 seconds. So I better get in, get ready to go. Make sure I don't sit in the second seat. Make sure I've got this set to forward as well. Should have the AWS on. Yeah, got all that on. Right then, we ready then? Let's get on our way to London Victoria. Doors are locked. Yeah, that's right, Craig. It's pretty crazy. Right, and off we go. Let's see how we get on. Right, any guesses on the time? How many minutes do you think it's going to take us to get to Victoria? Now, I have set the train to stop just outside of Victoria. That's just so I can choose a free platform when I get there. It's 45 miles. Which I don't know what that is in kilometres. Might have to look that one up. I'm hoping that we'll get there within an hour anyway, so speeding a little bit as well, which probably doesn't help. 25 minutes, you'll be lucky. There's so much AI on here, Craig, blocking my way. If I didn't have any trains on here, then you know, you've got to think about what the Brighton line's like. The most of the Brighton line from East Croydon to Victoria is mainly a 60 to 70 mile an hour limit, which I have to keep to. There are areas where the limit goes up to 90, so I can obviously go a bit faster on those. 45 minutes, we'll see. I still think it's going to take me an hour, so we'll see what happens. I've got no idea what trains are ahead of me. I just chose the hour, so we could get stuck behind a stopping train in a minute. Katie, hello, how are you? Welcome aboard this Southern service to London Victoria. This HST set only has 4 coaches as well, I think. I think it was 4 or 5 coaches. So it should accelerate a little bit quicker. Stoke the coal, let's go. Apart from working, yeah, not bad, not bad. Just doing a bit of free roam fun. Just carrying on from what I did the other day with the HST thing. But that's what we'll have to see. Right, we can go up to 45, 75 here. But as I said before, any 80 limit I'll go up to 100, and any 90 limit I'll just put the full throttle on. But anything under those limits, and we keep to line speed, because there's obviously a good reason why things are a 70 limit or whatever. So I don't want to get too stuck behind things. We do have a little bit of clear track ahead of us, because I've basically been blocking trains from leaving Brighton for the last 10 minutes, but there will be other trains that come along this line, but you know, from other places. So even though I've stopped the trains going from Brighton for a little bit, they still won't. Further up the track, I'll start getting held up again. Right, anyway, we've can put the full throttle on now. So then here we go. Let's see how fast we can get to. No, it wasn't too bad. There was just probably a couple of trains that were due to leave about the same time as mine, and I just stopped them from leaving, because all they'll do is they'll just go in front of me and hold me up. So I wanted to have as much of a clear run as I could from Brighton at least. However, I don't know how long that clear run will last, but it will you know, help us a little bit at the beginning. Right, I'm not worried about sat points or anything. I know I'm going to get penalised. The maximum speed I can go on this train is 132, as I tried yesterday. Once it gets to 132, the throttle goes off. So that's the max speed of the HST. But we'll go up to 125 anyway, if we can. So Katie, we're trying to do a guess. People are trying to guess. We started dead on 11 o'clock. People are trying to guess what time we'll get to Brighton, to London Victoria. I will be, while we're at London Victoria, I will be turning the train around, going back, and doing the return journey as well. So we'll set that up for about 1/4 the hour. Well, something like that. At least have a break so I can get a drink and then get the train set up for the return, and then we'll see how long it takes going back as well, and see what trains we get held up coming back the other way as well. Just a bit of fun really, you know, that's all. I was going to do a drifting stream, but looking at the weather today over the area again, it wasn't so good, so I haven't done one. Yesterday was the same. So that's why I'm not doing any Russian drifting streams. I'll probably try and do an Australian one in the week again. Right, we're almost at 125 now. So I'm just trying to focus on the signals that I can see ahead of me rather than the ones on the HUD on the top right. So as I said, it probably won't take too long before we get stuck behind traffic, because their maximum speed is 90 and we're doing, you know, going a lot faster than that. So we're coming up to Burgess Hill soon. There's Burgess Hill. Still got greens, which is good. Wivelsfield. As I said, as we get towards Gatwick, we're probably going to get held up more, but we're doing all right so far. Still see a green ahead of me in the distance, so we're all good for now. Right, I think that could be a yellow in the distance there. No, it's a green now. That's coming up to Haywards Heath. Still a green ahead of me. As we go through the little tunnel, and we go through Haywards Heath Station. It's not too bad so far. Quite pleased how this is going. There's a train in there. We missed that train then, because that train would have been just ahead of us. So I'm glad I went when I did, because we might have been stuck behind that one there, which is going to be joining up with another service there at Haywards Heath. So luckily we missed that. Now there is an 80 coming up here, so for that 80 I'm going to slow down to 100 in the tunnel. So any 80 I'll go up to 100, so I'll be slowing down in a moment to 100. But that's not just yet, that's after Balcombe. We're going to be going over the viaduct in a minute, which is quite nice. I'll probably put the 8 cam on as we go over that. So far 10 minutes, not too bad. There we go, across the viaduct there, speeding across. Probably that viaduct hasn't seen many trains doing 125 miles an hour. I think the fastest speed I've been over that viaduct was probably about 300 to 400 miles an hour in the Super 47 though. On Train Sim Classic, when I tried to do London to Brighton in 8 minutes, or whatever it was. But yeah, right, so just keep going. We've got Balcombe coming up soon. Still got some greens, which is good. I think we're going to start catching up with yellows though. Although as I said, we've got to slow down to 80 in a minute, so Not 80, down to 100. It's an 80 speed limit, but I'm going to do 100 on the 80s. Right, I'm going to start slowing down now, because we're going to be coming up to the tunnel soon. Yoinks, what was that for? What, the Super 47? Yeah, they were quite fun streams, they were. Right, speed up a little bit. The train does speed the brakes. Still not really used to the brakes on this train. CK determined to be early. Yeah, it's only the 80s and the 90 limits I'll be speeding. Everything else I'll keep to line speed on those. That's basically what I'm doing for myself there. CK tripping. Right, we've got the 90 again. That means we're free, but unfortunately it looks like we're caught up now. So we've got to start slowing down because of the yellows now. So our fun is over for now. Oh no, still got a green, but we got a double yellow ahead, so gonna have to start being a bit conservative on the speeds now, unfortunately. But we had a good run at the start. That really helped. But yeah, got a 60 coming up now, so I've got to start slowing down. Well, it's not 60, but I always do double yellows at 60. As I said, we're going to start catching up with other trains after a while, and then we're all dictated by what they're doing. As I said, I'd like to do this one day on a free roam with no other trains, just the train on its own, and then see how quick it takes doing it that way. Coming up to Three Bridges shortly. Looks like there's a train ahead of us as well. On the other line, slow line. Right, looks like I've got a green ahead of me now in the distance, so I'm gonna start changing my speed. Hopefully that will last a little bit, although I've got a feeling we might get stuck outside of Gatwick because of other trains in the platforms. We'll see what happens. Ram in action. no ram in action. Right, looks like there's another green ahead of me now, so we might actually be cleared to go through the station, which is excellent. It's a 700 on my left that we're going to overtake shortly. Still got greens, which is nice. Doing nearly 100 now. Yeah, got more greens. This is good. That's that horn. It sounds a bit like when you have a record and you're like playing with the speeds. 110 through Gatwick. Love it, love it. Let's keep going. This is good. Craig's got 9 minutes until we get there. I know he did change. Right, 115 now. This is good. This is good going. It was a good choice for me to leave on the hour, I think. Almost back to 125. But once we get to near East Croydon, we'll be slowing down to 60s and 70s, and that will be it. That'll be that for the rest of the journey. Well, I did keep saying of other traffic. Although it will be interesting though. We'll keep that one valid for when I do the one without any trains. Now there is 100 speed limit coming up soon. Because there's the entrance to the tunnel coming up here, which is normally an 80, but I'll be doing that at 100, so I will have to slow down for 100 for that one. Yeah, that's the beauty of free roam, you see, Craig. You can plonk yourself in amongst the timetable as such. Craig thought it was a flight sim. As the crow flies. Well, as the crow flies is probably almost the same. Right, I've got to start slowing down now because we've got the 80 coming up, which is now 100. Oh yeah, we have crows, definitely. Definitely have crows. Oh yes. Crows, rooks, ravens. Right, so here's the 80, which we're limited to 100 or more or less. They're funny birds, yeah. Quite smart birds too, I think. Right, here we go. So we're just going around at 100 instead of 80. Now we're just passing the 90, which means that we can open the train back up to 125 again. The film was very good as well. The film The Crow, it's a very good film. That's another one of the films I haven't seen for a long time, but I'd like to see again. Crows with jetpacks. Oh, I missed that one, Egbert. Right. I'm doing quite well at the moment, only 20 minutes in. I still haven't got to see that either. I'll get to see it one day. Maybe I'll see it when I'm in Sweden. You know, instead of knitting jumpers at night, maybe I'll just download it onto my tablet before I go so I can watch it offline or something. Thanks for reminding me actually, Egbert, there. Maybe me and my mate can watch it while I'm over in Sweden, because he's probably not seen RoboCop or RoboCop 2 for a long time. So yeah, it's a good idea that. Right, anyway, we're accelerating back to 125. They're redoing it. Ah, well, if it's a redo, I'll probably just start watching the originals. I think whenever they redo anything, they never seem to be as good as the originals, do they? That's just my thought on it. It was like the RoboCop remake. I didn't really like that either. And Total Recall was another one. when they redid Total Recall? No. They reckon it's terrible. Well, yeah. Say no more. Anyway, 119 now. Still got greens. I'm paying attention to what I can see in front of me rather than what the HUD top right is telling me. So I'm not really paying much attention to that. I'm just looking at what's out in front of me on the track here and then reacting to that. So we got almost back up to 125 again. We've got greens, lovely jubbly. Hobson's Choice. I don't even know what that is. What's Hobson's Choice? I've probably seen it, but I wouldn't know until I saw it that it was actually called that. I'm a bit like that with music. Someone will tell me, do you remember this song and by this artist in this year? And I'm like, no. And then if they play it, I'll go, oh yeah, I remember that. That's just how I am. Right, got to slow down. Oh no, don't. It's alright, changed to green just as I got to it, so we're good. You need to watch Bad Boy Bubby. Bad Boy Bubby. What's that? Oh, got double yellows. Okay, I've got to start slowing down now. Oh, and of course it turns to green just as I get to it. Right, okay, we'll just keep going then. Although I think we're starting to catch up with yellows, so I think sooner or later we're going to get a double yellow anyway, so I might as well just start slowing down in preparation for it anyway. An Aussie movie. Oh, that's probably why I've not heard of it then. You know, unless it's called Neighbours, Home and Away, Sullivan's Prisoner Cell Block H. Then I've probably not heard of it. Right, I'm just driving slow now because we're going to get into areas of. I've not seen Prisoner Cell Block H ever since the original ones. It used to be something they used to have on the afternoons here in the UK or whatever it was. The Sullivans and all those other things. Right, we've got double yellows now, so we've got to start. Oh no, and it's now green. But we got a 60 coming up soon anyway, so there's no point whizzing off. Because, yeah, we're just going to get trapped with the... I like the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I don't mind that. I quite like the remake they did though. Well, it was sort of a remake, but it was Return to Oz or whatever it was called. That wasn't too bad. Best Aussie movie was Heath Ledger in Two Hands. I've not seen that one. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen really. It got to a point in time where I didn't really stop watching movies anymore. So I can remember lots of movies from the 80s and that, and the 90s or the 70s. But anything like newer, I was quite selective with. So I didn't really watch many then after that. Right, anyway, we've got 60 limit now, so we've got to keep to that, unfortunately. We're going to be going through East Croydon, although we might get stuck at East Croydon. Last film I watched was Sink the Bismarck. Last film I watched was Justice League, the Snyder Cut thing. That's the last sort of movie. Oh, apart from, obviously, watching RoboCop again. Let's slow down to 45. We're doing better than I expected, actually. I thought we were going to get stuck a little bit more. I think if I'd let them other trains leave Brighton first, I think we would have been stuck behind them, so... Yeah, it does. It's always been there, and it always probably will be there too. I'm sure there's lots of other TS routes where there's trees that go through cabs and things. It just happens to be this one. Still getting the slowdown here. I removed loads of mods for this because I wanted to because I was getting this really bad slowdown around East Croydon, and I think it's probably the timetable mod must be doing it then, because I've removed as many mods as I think of, so it's still doing it. So right, so we're now going to get stuck at a red, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see, once we're away from East Croydon, the frames go back. So there's definitely something around East Croydon that does it, but I don't know what. It's weird. It doesn't do it if I'm not running this mod. Not unless it's related to the INI mod that I've got installed. Anyway, we've got slow here, so I'm just going to wait for this one to go. I'll look at chat again in a second. I like old films. Wild Horses couldn't drag me to watch a superhero movie. Yeah, I suppose. I'm just trying to get at least some momentum going still. The tree went through like a knife. Yep. Right, so we got a yellow now. Do you know what? I think Egbert could be the closest here, because he said 45 minutes. I said it would probably be the hour, but it's just that I did a run last night on this, quite late at night, and it took me about an hour and 5 minutes. So it just depends on what time of day you do it as well, you know, what time you decide to do it, or you know what happens with the trains. That's what I mean. You just have to sort of pick a really good time when you know it's just more a game of luck really than anything. After how many glasses of wine? Just the one. I was just thinking of ideas for tomorrow to do to stream if I couldn't do a drifting stream, so this was one of the things I had on my mind yesterday. Just to do a return, so just go up to London, turn around, come back. But then I set it to the time I was playing, so it was quite late at night when I was doing it. So right, here we go. We got we've got it set to green, so we'll just go with that now. So we can do 60 here as we go in past Selhurst. Only one, yeah. I only don't tend to drink a lot really. Right, there we go. We can go up to 70 now, and then if we get yellows, we'll have to slow down, because there's no point going more than 70 along here, because there's going to be so many other trains travelling along the stretch of track now that you're going to get stuck behind them anyway. I'd rather just keep going at a constant speed rather than keep stopping and starting behind red signals all the time. Right, coming up to Thornton Heath shortly. We had a mini Bells and Coke. mini bells. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, I was thinking of them cheeses. I was thinking of baby bells, those mini baby bell things. It's like thinking, oh, he had some cheese with a Coke. Have you tried swinging a mini bell? Have you held it in your hand and sort of like waved it backwards and forwards, see if it goes ding ding ding? Because you could do them for false advertising. You could say, well, you bought a mini bell and you ring it and that doesn't do anything. This is just, just purring now, isn't it? Having a leisurely stroll now between East Croydon and Clapham. Here's Norbury. Christmas version. It's a Christmas version. Sleigh bells. Ah, yes. I'm hoping this train won't screw up as well going back, because going back was a nightmare the other direction. The train broke, and I couldn't work out why it broke. So I'm hoping it's not going to break on the return journey. Oh. Although I'm going to try and alleviate it breaking coming back, because there was a few things I didn't do before which probably helped to make it break on the return journey. Yeah. I think it's because like this GWE HST is pretty old. It is getting updated for the revamp though, so the revamped version will be a lot better, I think. But don't forget this train is originally from Train Sim World, so you might get the odd buggy thing with it. You know, because I mean, obviously, it probably fixes itself for timetable mode, but sometimes some of the older trains do have weird side effects when you do free roams with them. Some more trees very close to the track here. Right, we've got to slow down to 60 now as we go around this curve towards Balham. Do I have the AP? For Train Sim Classic, yes, but it's not installed. I have multiple AP versions of the HST for Train Sim Classic. I've had the original version from years and years ago, and then there was like the sound pack versions that they then brought out after that, the sound pack pro versions, and then they got rid of the sound pack pro version of some of the trains, and then had the EPs instead, and now they're going to have an EP of an EP, the EP version 2. So it really does depend. I was thinking about putting the really old HST sound packs on for my Train Sim Raw streams, but then it won't really be Train Sim Raw anymore, will it? Which do you prefer, AP sounds or this one? Well, I'm actually using a mod on this one, I think, if I remember, because there's someone did a mod for this for Train Sim World based on the MTU, so I am actually using a mod, I think. Can't remember, not unless I've had it removed. I might have removed it because not all sound mods I like, but no, the AP version obviously I like better. But this is not too bad. I don't hate this. This isn't as, you know, it's not hateable. I mean, to be honest, I don't really think the sounds in some of the trains in some sims are too bad at all. I think my favourite sounds though is the VP185 sounds. The Valenta sounds are nice as well from HP, but from AP. But there's this HST here, and then there's the HST with the Midland mainline Egbert, which is a different HST, different cab layout. It uses sounds from the AP VP185 sound pack as well. So I think the sounds you get with the Just Trains Midland mainline, not Just Trains, the Midland mainline TSW route, I think are probably my favourite HST sounds. And obviously the ones that you have on Train Sim Classic are nice as well. So we're just getting stuck outside of Clapham Junction here, so I'm just slowly going up to the signal here, just trying to get some momentum going here. I don't want to stop dead. If I can just crawl up to the signal, that would be great. So looks like we're going to have to stop now anyway. Okay, so we just got to stop here then for a little while. Don't know how long we're going to be stopping here for. Oh, that's about right. Literally, as soon as I turn that on, we get the yellow. Yeah, you just got to make sure. It depends on which one you've got as well, Egbert, really. Because I think later packs didn't overwrite existing trains. They basically had their own reskins that they put in, so then scenarios used those instead. So everything used in a scenario would have like the AP prefix on. Whereas the original sound pack from years and years ago, they used to actually put the sounds on any of the default Kuju ones that you had. So all your old scenarios that used just the Kuju HST in, with like all the reskins that were used for Great Western, they would used to have the HST sounds put on top of them, whereas later packs they didn't. So just be aware of that, because you could put the AP sound pack on and then you'll find that some of your old scenarios with HSTs on still won't have the sound on. So then you'll be thinking, well, they don't sound any different, but that's because unless someone's actually made a scenario and swapped them out, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but because the really older packs used to actually overwrite the sounds on trains, whereas the newer AP stuff, they actually used to have their own trains that if you were doing a scenario you actually had to put those ones in with the enhanced sounds, if that makes sense. Whereas the original HST sound packs, they would actually overwrite the trains. Right. The sound, I mean, the you know, it doesn't actually overwrite the train itself. What I mean is, it is like the blueprint file, whatever it used to put that on that. Yeah. But in the olden days, it used to be a lot different. So the older sound packs used to actually overwrite the original Kuju stuff as well. It was the same with the 47 sound pack. The 47 sound pack originally would overwrite all the QG 47s with that sound. And then if you had any reskins added, which used the QG model as well, you'd find that the sounds weren't working properly. So then you had to use TS tools and run like there used to be something with it. And the 47 sound pack from AP years ago used to have a utility as well, and you could actually select the reskin that you wanted to apply sounds to, and then it would apply the sounds to it. But then AP then removed that at some point. So then if you bought it in the last couple of years, it was still on sale, then you didn't have that utility. But you still could go into RW tools, I think it was, or TS tools, and there was something in the options where you could apply sounds to the some of the trains. So we will stop outside Victoria. That's just for me to choose an empty platform, because I didn't want to choose a platform beforehand, because if I looked on the map when I left Brighton and saw that platform 17 was free at Victoria, then there's a very good chance that by the time I actually get to platform 17 at Victoria, it would have been full up, so then we'd have had to sat and waited for it to be free again. So I'm just waiting at signal outside. But that's what I liked about the early AP packs, the AP 1, 2, 3 packs and things that you used to get for GWML when they first came out, because they'd include lots of reskins for trains, but then you know, like extra stock stuff, so you used to get cross-country liveries, so it was really cool because it sort of made the game have a lot more things in it in the early scenarios, you know, some more liveries for the 166 and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you're going to be quite close here, Egbert, actually. I'm driving a little bit more carefully because I don't obviously want to, because we've got 40s and a 20 coming up anyway. It's a bit judgery there as well. It's not judgery like that normally. I think a part of it is just these mods I've got installed doing it. Right. Anyway, we've got the red coming up. And this is also one of the reasons why, you know, Dovetail didn't want to put the 700 in the timetables, I don't think, because on high-end PCs, yeah, fine, but, you know, but for the consoles it wouldn't run, I don't think, because I don't think it would do very well with the 700s and everything on the timetable. Right, especially if you made them and put a lot in. Here we go, so I'm just going to stop here briefly. So we've got southeastern livery, so if you've got southeastern high speed route, then you get those layered in as well in the background. Right, so I'm just going to quickly go here. Oh, that's interesting. Right, I might have gone past the signal I was supposed to do. Yeah, we're not on my signal yet, so I need to go forward a bit more, I think. So I still need another signal to go through. Hello, Carter, how are you? Hopefully we won't sit here for too long. In fact, I'm just going to make a new path up here. And, right, let's do this. Set path. And then we'll see which platform's free. This one is free. Let's see if we can get in here. Nope, still not allowing me yet. So I've probably got to wait for something to leave. Smart to add the fictional. Yeah, because it is a fictional train, Carder. It's an HST in Southern livery, which is fictional because there's no such thing. So yeah, that's why I've put fictional there. Alright, we'll see how long we're stuck out here for. This is the trouble when you get to a big terminus like Victoria. You know. Not for another couple of weeks. Well, another 2 to 3 weeks yet, Carder. It's the 11th I go. It's interesting actually because it does have a red there. So I don't know if it's the it's interesting. I don't know if it's the pathing that's messed up. Because I've got a red here and I've got a green here. So I'm not sure why it's not letting me in there. Anyway, we'll give it a few more minutes. I think. Never asked how you were going there. How are you going there? Well, well, first of all, I'd like to just rule out walking. Walking is and I'm not going to go on a boat, so I won't be going on a boat. That leaves two options: buses, coaches, planes, or trains. Now, buses and trains will probably be a very long way round, and in a very expensive way to get to Stockholm. So I will be flying. Yes, I'll be flying to Stockholm. I know that was a 1 minute answer for a 2-second answer, but there you go. I would like to do it on a train one day though, but it works out. You'd have to change a few times, plus probably work out probably a lot more expensive than just flying. But if I had the money to do it, I probably would like to do the train journey part of it, but it would involve me getting a train to Amsterdam, changing, getting a train to Berlin or Hamburg or wherever it is, and then changing there, and then getting a sleeper train that goes from Hamburg to Copenhagen, and then going from Copenhagen to Stockholm the next day. So it would be probably a 3-day journey, and the coach would be about the same, travelling on Flixbus or whatever. I think this must be bugged here. Bundy Bob. Interesting. How are you, Bundy Bob? But yeah, I'm flying instead. It's a lot more easier. I think the dispatcher's having a I don't know. I just want to get in the station. This is what happens here though. There's another train leaving. Good, thanks, well done. Thanks for the follow, Bundy Bob. So Craig said 48 minutes. Well, I think Craig's near us now. Some people will say that I've done this on purpose, but there we go. Yeah, anyway, we're just doing a free roam at the minute, and I'm just trying to get into London Victoria, but we're just stuck at a bit of a signal at the minute. Oh, here we go. I knew if you have patience, sometimes what happens is you might think that the dispatcher's broken or something, but sometimes you just need to have patience, and then the dispatcher will sort you out. Right, we're going into platform 16. I'm going to be doing the return journey on this as well, but we're going to do it on the hour. So we're going to try and leave Victoria at 12 o'clock on the clock up here on the top left there. So it looks like we're going to get into Victoria in about 48-49 minutes from Brighton, because we left on the hour. So we left Brighton at 11 o'clock, so that's not too bad. It's just a few things I've got to remember to do when I swap cabs on this train, because if I don't, it will end in failure. So while I'm waiting here for the 10 minutes, feel free. I'm going to go and get a drink and things. So it's a good opportunity. I'll set up the train ready for the return, and then can get going again. And then we can see how long it takes us to get back to Brighton. Now, I'd be interested. I'm going to do a stream at some point in the future where I'm just doing the train on its own and no other train, because I'd love to see what sort of time that I can get to Brighton. Just with the same rules that I did for this scenario, as in like speed limits of 80 we can go up to 100, and speed limits of 90 we can go up to 125. I'd really like to know how quick we can get from Brighton to London or London to Brighton. Obviously any speed limits of 60 or 70 I'd keep to those speed limits, but anything else. Well, at this route though, you got to think about how much AI is running on this route, and there's like literally a dispatcher that's trying to work everything out. So sometimes if you get stuck on this line at a red signal for like 5 or 10 minutes, it could just be just where you just got to be patient and wait, because you are in a free roam, so it's trying to slot you into everything. Right, let's turn this off, and let's turn these off as well. Right, isolate those, and lock that off as well, so that can't be done. Put the tail lights on. Let's open the doors as well so everyone can get out. So that was, what was that, 49 minutes? I'd say Craig was probably more or less spot on there with his guess. He said 48 minutes. So yeah, good guess there, Craig. Well done. Egbert said 45 minutes, so you were pretty close too. Hey, Top Sausage, how are you? Right, anyway, there we go. Just check to make sure the red lights are on. Right, anyway, so let's just get back in here again. I want to just do my little cheat thing a minute, which is just the Control Plus. So I just need to turn off the train supply up here. Right, because what I've always learnt from watching AP scenarios and watching other people is in the HST, whenever you set the train supply, always do it in the rear carriage, because your front carriage is the one that's got the pulling power, so you want your rear carriage to be the one that supplies the train power, not your front one. So I'm going to set my rear carriage up now to do the rear electric, and then my front carriage is the one that's doing all the pull-in, so that needs as much grunt as possible, and the generator at the back can then do the generating. You need to be at the other end. Yep, I am indeed going up the other end, but we're not starting till the hour. This is a return journey. So I'm just going to walk up the other end now. Then I'm going to go AFK whilst I have a drink. I'm alright, thank you, Top Sausage. Right, as I said, this is just a 4-car HST set, this one, and it's got the GWR livery in it as well inside, so it's all set up for the Great Western. But the good thing is because the Southern livery is green and all the Great Western seats are green as well, so you end up, okay, you can see a little bit of GWR stitched in there, but the fact that this is green, it works quite well because obviously the livery is green too. As I said, it's a fictional train, doesn't exist in reality. So let's get up here, and I'm going to set a path already because I just want to at least let my train have a little bit of fresh air in front of it in a way, because if we can stop some trains leaving already, then it'll mean that there's less traffic ahead of us when we head out of London for a bit, and then once we hit East Croydon it'll be a bit crazy again. So let's just put all the bits and pieces on. Okay, right, let's put the headlights on. Now I'm hoping the train's not going to brake like it did when I did it yesterday, because I think some trains don't like free roam as much, but we'll see what happens. Right, next thing I'm going to do is set up the route, so it is going to stop some trains from leaving because we're going to get the path, and so, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it for Brighton, right down just outside of Brighton station, because I want to basically stop so I can choose a platform to go in when I get there. So let's do that. Just go down, keep going down. It's quite a bit of a route, this one, although I could have zoomed out a little bit more. Right, so I've just got to look for a signal just outside of Brighton, so let's do this signal here, that one. So we still haven't got a path yet because there's probably another train that's already got a green ahead of me, so we are going to be, so that one's going to have a little bit of a head start there because that one already had a green, so even though I've made a path, that one still has priority because there's a green for it already. Right, anyway, I'm going to go AFK for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back ready for the drive. I think I will be here in time, but yeah, anyway, I'll just leave this running. So I'll be right back. You hate waiting, do you, Top Sausage? Yeah, it's only because I'm just trying to maximise my time when I'm away, but if you've got the God mode mod, you can actually speed up time if you want. With God mode, I can actually speed up time up to 4 times faster. So if you've got to wait 20 minutes, then you can just speed time up a bit if you want. But it's a PC mod only, and you can do lots of other things with it. Right, let's get the brakes ready as well. You can see that we've got a green up ahead now as well. So we've got a minute or so left. So when we get to about 10 or 20 seconds left, I'll shut the doors. So make sure we're not leaving. Right, anyone got any ideas of how long the return journey is going to take? Do you think it's going to take 45 minutes again, or do you think it might take a bit longer? It all depends on what trains we got ahead of us as we head back down, because we will probably get stuck behind things. Right, let's shut the doors. There we go. Right then, let's head back to Brighton. $48. You think we're going to do about the same coming back the other way? Well, we never know. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully the train's not going to break on the way, because that'll slow me down. So yeah, same rules apply, more or less, coming back the other way. Any speed limits of 80, I'll go up to 100. Any speed limits of 90, go up to 125. Any other speed limits, then I keep to them. I've already got a train waiting here. That was probably the one that was supposed to go in the platform I was in. An hour and 15. We'll see what happens, Katie. Got a train racing me on the left there. Right, we've got 54 seconds. Or do you mean 54 minutes? So many trains running on there, it's mad. I think that's the train's headlights on the left there as it's sort of moving alongside then, or was. Right, we should be accelerating up to 60 in a minute, although we just got to bear in mind there might be trains ahead. Luckily, I'm hoping that that little gap that we had after that train had left though has given us enough like free air in between us for a bit, so I'm hoping we might get some greens. Right, anyway, we can accelerate a little bit more now. There's a freight train over on my right there. 66 with some stone wagons. That horn. Right, anyway, coming through Clapham Junction. Let's see if we can get to 125 on the way back down though. We managed to reach 125 going up in places, so I would like to do I'd like to do this on another stream though, on its own, just to see when there's no other trains stopping you or slowing you down, what the sort of time you can do it in. So we're just ambling along at 60 here. Five minutes so far, and yeah. Hopefully once we get past Gatwick Airport we'll be able to speed up a bit, although we don't really know because there will be probably some slower trains ahead. I think me personally, I think coming back to Brighton's going to take longer than going up to Brighton, because we had such a good bit of clear air to start with at the very beginning. Although we probably won't have to wait outside Brighton so much. Right, we can start accelerating a little bit now. But we're still sort of chasing yellows. There is a train ahead of me. But because we're doing the same speed as that other train, it shouldn't be too bad, because they're going to be more or less doing our speeds anyway, so... That's why, as I said, there's really no point trying to speed in this section here, because you're just going to catch up with the other trains anyway, and then you have to keep stopping and starting, so might as well just keep a nice distance behind them. 45, Egbert says. We'll see what happens, be interested. This is going to be a good video to put up on YouTube as well, I think. So this will be going up on YouTube after. Thanks for mentioning that in another stream, actually, what you said about the export to YouTube function, Carter, because they must have added that in at some point, because years ago when I had to put videos up on YouTube, I had to have the file saved on my hard drive as well, and then I had to export it through YouTube directly. So I had to sort of like, you know, have a video saved on my hard drive and then could then upload it like that. But now they just do an export option, so if you've got a YouTube account, you link your Twitch account to it, and then you can just do export to YouTube, and then it does everything for you. Train Sim 5, yeah, looking forward to it. I like the fact that the map is getting an upgrade. I like the fact that you can teleport to other areas, although I can sort of do that in God mode now already. But I like the fact that even though it's not really a route merge as such, but they allow you to basically change routes without actually going to a menu. So that's quite a good idea as well, especially for, like, for example, here's a good route example here right now, because when I get down to Brighton, you know, I can literally go to the East Coastway route without actually having to go to the main menu and do it that way. So if I wanted to pretend I was getting off at Brighton and then go into Eastbourne now, I could do that just by going to a place, and then like whatever it is, some place on the route on the map somewhere, and then you can just do it. Also like the fact that everyone, whether they have TSW or not, can try TSW5 out. So even if you don't have any version of Train Sim World, you can basically get Train Sim World 5 if you want to, as long as you do it within the first 30 days while you're able to get it within the first 30 days. But even if you don't have any routes, at least you can walk around the training centre. You can practice driving some trains about, maybe just give you an idea or whet your appetite into the game, and then if you want to buy any routes after that, then you can. If you've got Game Pass, then obviously you can try TSW5 out on Game Pass, and it'll have all the standard routes that come with it. So if you so you've got all the routes that come with TSW5 on Game Pass. You won't have the deluxe content, but you'll have the routes that you can play on. Oh yeah, that's sort of my thoughts about it anyway, really. Yeah, well, it's still, I think in the end of the day, it'll, maybe get some more people over to try the game out. So it's good for them in a way, marketing-wise. Because, I mean, a lot of people were talking about the fact that, that you were going to have to buy TSW5, although my argument with that always was the fact that, well, even if TSW5 was something you bought, the fact that you're getting free routes for basically, like, is it the standard edition is what, 39 quid, so with a discount you can get it for about what, 33, 34 quid perhaps. I don't know exactly top of my head, but it won't be very expensive. So if TSW5 wasn't announced and TSW4 was still a thing, and they just announced in the stream last week, oh, we're just bringing out some new routes for TSW4, WCML, a German route and an American route, people would be, a lot of UK players would be like, whoopee, a UK route, WCML, I'm buying that. And if Dovetail then sold you that route for 30 quid and the Pendolino for 10 quid, people would be snapping the Pendolino and the WCML route up for 40 quid anyway, which is still just the same price as what the standard edition costs full price at 39. So, you know. And then people would then have complained and said, oh, why haven't you changed the base game? Why isn't there no ad, you know, and then people would be moaning. So the thing is about Dovetail, whatever they do, no one's ever happy. So if people, so, you know, whatever happens, people aren't happy. So, right, I've got to start slowing down here because we're getting to a red. You're going to delete your TSW4. Yeah, but you can still upgrade to TSW5 top sausage. Even if, what I'm saying is, even if you've got TSW, you can still get 5. So because you've got 4, you can just go to 5 straight away. So all your content for 4 will then work in 5. And all the new features that 5 has got, like guard mode on some of the routes and things, or the Great Western Enhanced that they're bringing out, which are also, if you've already got Great Western. So, you know, you've got 4, then just upgrade to 5 then, and then you've got all the latest features. So it's just not new players. Maybe you misunderstood me, but it's like if you've got TSW2, 3, 4, any version of TSW, plus if you've never had TSW, you can go to 5 for free, as long as you do it within the first 30 days. It's a no-brainer, really. But you don't get the tracks and the trains. Yeah, but all your content from 4 will still be playable in 5. So anything like so all your routes that have will get all the new features that 5 has. So if 5's got a new map, then your old routes will have the new map. If you've got Great Western Express already, then you will get the enhanced version of Great Western Express for free. So why anyone that has 4 wouldn't want to upgrade to 5, I don't know. But anyway, it's just my versions of it. Anyway, I've got to so Game Pass will have all the stuff. Yeah, but what you could do, Top Sausage, is you said you got 4, get the free update to 5, even if you don't want to install it then, because you've paid for it. Because the thing is, I for example will be playing the Game Pass version, but my game, I have all my content on Steam, so all of my DLC won't work in it. So if I want to have all the DLC from 4 to work in the Game Pass 5, I'd then have to obviously get the Steam version of 5. But the thing is that the route that comes out with 5, for example, the West Coast Mainline version that comes out with 5, it will have layers on it. So if you've got other routes from 4 and other versions of TSW, then you get more trains in it. So if you've got Bakerloo line, you will see tube trains on the route. If you have the Adventure route, which is, you know, the Goblin, you have the Class 710 from the North London line route that came out of TSW4, you will then have that. You will then have extra trains on the WCML. So yeah, anyway. You're on Xbox, okay. Yeah, but you can, even on the Xbox, you can still get the 5 version if you want to, and then all your content will then be transferred over to work on 5 if you want it. So then you can then play 5 with all your content on it already. Well, I've got to 90 here, but we got a green, so I'm going to start accelerating now past the 100 mile an hour mark. But that was an argument in the past, was people would complain and say that you had to pay for TSW. You know, oh, I've got to buy it again. Well, you don't have to buy it again, but anyway. But if you wanted to, for example, play Blackpool route, then obviously you would have to get 4 to get the Blackpool route anyway. I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. You know, when people complain about things, I think sometimes people just want to complain for complaining's sake. You can't really complain now. You know, like I said the other day about the car, you'll get people that want to complain about everything. And that's not aimed at you, Top Sausage, I'm just talking in general. You know, I've already said about the car analogy, where Ford brings out a car every year which has got a new feature in it, and then you bought a car last year, and Ford have rung you up or sent you a letter and say, oh, Mr. Car Owner, we see that you bought a car last year, well, we're going to give you a free upgrade to your car this year. All you've got to do is just basically make sure that you've ordered the car within 30 days, and then you're getting a new car sent to you, you know, on a transporter, and we'll take your old car away. And then you basically going around saying, oh, it's terrible that Ford are giving me a brand new car. It's you know, what are they doing? Why are they giving me a new car? It's going to be such a pain because I have to go through my glove box and take all my stuff out from my other glove box now when I go over to my new car. What a pain in the arse that is. You know, oh, they're even. I'm even getting a better engine in the newer car, and I'm still going to find something to complain about. Yeah, it's good that it's on Game Pass from day one, because sometimes there's a bit of a delay. But even if there wasn't a delay, you could still add TSW4 to your Microsoft Store account, because that must be where all your DLC is. I'm guessing you already have DLC already, Top Sausage. So if you've already got it on Microsoft Store for Xbox, then obviously you can still get TSW5, and then you can then play your stuff on there. But obviously Xbox is a little bit different, all the consoles, because you're very limited by what you've got on there. Be yearly updates. Yeah, well, yearly updates isn't a bad thing, is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just, maybe I just don't see things the same way as other people do. But yeah, Game Pass is, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I have Game Pass myself, so what I'll be doing is when TSW5 comes out, then if I want to stream TSW5, I'll be streaming the Game Pass version. And then at some point, probably about Christmas time, when they have a sale on, I'll probably be able to get the deluxe edition, probably with a nice little discount to it or something, and then I'll get it then. So everybody that's streaming will have all the bells and whistles, and I won't, but that's not a big deal. I can still mess about and do whatever I want to do. Anyway, we're getting some speed up now. Well, we were getting some speed up. Oh, we can still do some speed, that's good. Hello, Steam Fan Man, how are you? Good to see you. Just on our way to Brighton at the minute. Right, I'm just keeping an eye out here, because I think we might be chasing yellows again in a minute. In which case I do have to slow down. Right, fortunately. We had to slow down to 100 up here anyway, because we're about to come out onto the 88 section, which I can do at 100, but because I've got yellows, I've got to slow down to 60, unfortunately. So you just had a very busy weekend. Ah, well, my weekend wasn't so busy. I can't even remember what I was doing the weekend. I think I was just streaming, wasn't I? I don't know. We've talked nothing on whether the game will run better. Probably not, really. It'll probably run more or less the same. Right, I think we had a green then, so we can speed up a little bit. But the thing is, though, just try it out on your Xbox. It's a free thing, and then obviously just see what happens. I think what will happen though is that sooner or later, though, if you've got an older Xbox, they'll probably leave it behind at some point, like some game companies are doing already, and they'll just focus on the Series S and X and the PlayStation 5. So make use of these versions of TS5 if you've got older Xboxes, because I think at some point they'll probably stop producing on them. Right, we've got to go back down to a 60 again. No, we can still go in. So we're chasing yellows at the moment, so I'm probably alright doing 90, but if I go over 90, we'll probably find I get caught up again. The thing is also, Dovetail from day one are also selling stuff separately, so if you want to buy just like the TSW4 with WCML and the Pendolino, you can. So right, let's go up speed again. So I'm in an HST at the moment, Steam Fan Man, driving from London to Brighton. I've done the journey from Brighton to London already, which we did in about 49 minutes. So then I spent 10 minutes or so at Victoria, and then we're now doing the return journey again. Got the Southern HST out today. Right, we've got to slow down again for the double yellows. So 23 minutes so far, so we'll probably get to Gatwick in about the 25-minute mark probably, or just after 25 minutes. Well, I think we're about to go through Hawley in a minute. At least the train's plate is not breaking down today like it did for me last night, but I know why it broke down for me last night. It was just a pain to get working again. But yeah, guard mode should be interesting as well for the trains that do support guard mode. Right, we've got a single yellow, so I need to slow down a little bit now because we might get stuck at a red here. Because we probably got another train that's going to have priority over me now from Gatwick, because I can see a green already on one of the sides there, so there's probably a train that's already in, that's been given the path already in front of me, so we will all the way down to Brighton. Well, I don't know for sure, because the train that's in the platform now could actually be going down the Arun Valley, so it might actually only be going as far as Three Bridges on this route. So hopefully if that's what it's going to be, then that means that we won't be stuck behind it for too long, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, sometimes you're going to end up getting stuck behind trains. On smaller timetables, yeah, I get that you get more greens, but on big routes with lots of timetables, there's a very good chance you're going to get a lot of stuck behind things. Although, to be fair, we are actually travelling a lot faster than the other trains on the route as well, so that does give us more chance to catch up with things. Let's see where this train's heading to. Oh, it's going to Brighton, unfortunately. It's going to be calling at Haywards Heath. Yeah, so we're going to be stuck behind this one now. And there's not much I can do about it. But anyway, gives us a chance to check out the train while we're waiting here. Let's just put the DRA on as well. Stick it into neutral. So when's this train due to leave? 12:28. Okay, so we got to wait for that. See, naughty dispatcher, you see. See, the dispatcher should have been nice and let us through, but there we go. You can't have everything. So there we go. A little bit of we've got a 377. We've got an HST, and then we got a 700 over there as well. Lovely jubbly. Yes, they do have that on their FAQ, Steam Fan Man, indeed. So yeah, if you make stuff, your own content like scenarios and stuff, then yeah, I think you got to put them up onto Creators Club, and then you then download them again onto your TSW5 install. That's if you've got, you know, on the console, for example. That's quite important, because on a console you might not have enough disk space to have both the games on. Even on a lot of PCs you probably might not have enough disk space to install both on at the same time, because it will be like a new thing. So yeah, that is a good point to say. So if you've made a livery or something at home and it's stored on your console or your hard drive, then you've got to put it onto Creators Club just so you can download it back to your console or PC after. Right, I'm gonna wait until this. I'll get a couple of greens. Well, I'll get a green on this, because I want to get at least a little bit of breathing space here. I would like to try and do at least some 125 mile an hour action for you all. So if I just have to wait a couple of minutes for this train to leave a little bit and get a bit of space up, then that's what I'll do. We should be getting the green in a minute. So once we got the green, then I know that there's not going to be any trains going along our line anyway, because I'm going to have got priority on it. So I'll let this train ahead get a little bit of breathing space, just so that we can get up to some nice speeds. Although there will be a 100 mile an hour section just after Three Bridges. So yeah, we'll see how long it goes. We'll probably get stuck again, probably just outside Haywards Heath, and then as the train then progresses down to Brighton, we'll probably get stuck behind it anyway. So we're about halfway now, so it took us half an hour to get to Gatwick, so you know, we'll see how long it takes to do the other bit. Just having a nice cool drink. Love it. But yeah, Train Sim Classic, still going to be doing some raw streams. I've still got to do the Class 58 scenario. There was a nice little scenario I found today. It's just a very short scenario, so I'll probably play that in the next Train Sim Classic raw stream as well. Right, even though that's gone to green, I can see that the signal ahead is still double yellow, so I'm going to wait until the next couple of signals go to green as well, just to give me a very nice path ahead. So I can see a double yellow there, and then behind that I can see a yellow. So once they've all become greens. How's the drifts going? Not too bad. Managed to get away again. So that's got a double yellow now. So we got a green ahead, beyond that, and then a double yellow. So I'm just going to wait for that double yellow to change to a green, and then we'll go. Not too bad. Haven't done one for a few days because the weather's the winds isn't so good at the moment where I'm at. So if I do a drifting stream, I'll just have a feeling that we won't really go very far. if at all. So I'm just leaving it for until I feel like I can do another drift stream. There will be a Drift in Australia stream though coming up this week. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and that'll just be carrying on in Australia where I left off before. So we'll be doing that in the week as well. You can see where the train spawns in there, because obviously normally you can zoom in as far, but it's quite funny watching it spawning. But yeah, there'll be a Drift Australia probably this week, and if there is going to be another Drift, obviously around Russia, although we're getting very close to Kazakhstan now, then obviously that'll happen. But at the moment, I had a look this morning, and I just didn't feel like the winds were going to really help me much today. So I want to have it where at least we can get some distance in, rather than just doing 20 miles or something and then finding out that we have to literally more or less go back to where we started from. Right, still a double yellow. So as I said, I'm going to wait for a green. I'm sure the other train wasn't stopping at Three Bridges, but maybe it was. Let's have a look on the map actually. Let's see where we are. Let's see where the other train is. So the other train's gone through already, so that's good. So where's the other train now? Yeah, the other train's quite far ahead now, so I'm gonna go for it anyway. That double yellow might clear itself, so let's get going now. I've got to turn DIR off. Right, let's get going. Let's see what sort of speed we can get up to down here to Haywards Heath. Just got to work out why I'm not moving. Oh yeah, of course. That'd be why. CK's causing confusion. Well, that's not too bad. But I'm just trying to get some max speed, because we will catch up with that train no matter what happens. So I'm doing this you know, just to see if we can get some decent speed up. So we're going to get stuck behind that other train, whatever happens. So. It's just to get some air in front of it, really, that's all. So if we can get to... I wondered why I wasn't moving and saw the brakes are still on. No, it's because I had it in neutral, and because of course there was a red light, so I put DRA on, and then I just put put it into neutral again. And of course I forgot I put it in neutral. But anyway, let's get going anyway. The other train's a little bit further ahead now, so hopefully we'll manage to get some decent speeds up. It'd be good if we can get up to 125 on this bit. I think once we get to Haywards Heath though, we'll be slowing down behind it again. Of course, in reality, probably what would happen if the slower train would have been routed onto a different platform at Haywards Heath, so for us to go through. But as I said, I'm going to try this. That's another feature that's going to be a good feature in TSW5 as well, the fact that you can actually turn trains off in the layers. So for example, if I wanted to, I could say, well, let's get rid of the 700s, the 387s and the 377s, and then I could do free roam without those trains running. Or you could just obviously just do free roam without any trains, but you know, if you didn't want certain trains on a route, you know, you didn't like them or whatever, you can just untick them Right, anyway, here we go. We're going to pass through 3 bridges at the minute. I managed to get up to about 100 miles an hour. That really funny horn. Sounds like it's warped. Sounds a bit like when you're playing on a record that's partially bent. And it all sounds weird, warped. Right, anyway, that warp sound. Past 3 bridges we go, past the 700s parked up in the depot. I will have to slow down to 100 in a minute as we go through the tunnel up here. Well, I'm just going to slow down to 100 now. Right, so we're in the 80 part, which I do at 100. And then once we back up to the 90 again, I can go up to 125 again. Well, if it can actually get up to 125, but... we managed to get up to 125 going. So we'll just see what happens. Right. Should get the 90 coming up in a sec. And it'll be full steam ahead again. There's the 90. Right, I think we'll be able to go up to 125 now. Right, anyway, here we go. Let's see how fast we can get up to. As I said, we will probably get stuck behind that other train though at some point, unfortunately. Needs 4 tracks here really, doesn't it? 117. Still got greens. 119. Here we go. We're going downhill. That's helping me a lot. Can we get to 125? Will we be able to get to 125 over the viaduct? We could. Nice. Oh, and now we're gonna be hit with the double yellows. What a shame, but there you go. Right, we've got to slow down now. Hopefully we can stop before the red. Sifa, PZB. Oh no, quick. Gotta get under speed. Oh no, hang on, the wrong route. Sorry, we're all good. Throws out the anchor. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got plenty to spare. I did a little bit of research before about max service braking, Who's Sifa? Oh, it's just a German bloke. Or a woman, it depends. Oh, I had my glass in my hand. Right, how do I get out of this then? Oh no, everyone's gonna get across with me. How do I get out of this? Oh no, how do I get out of this now? Oh bugger. Oh no. How do I get out of this? Maybe you got to put it into off. Craig's moaning. He's like, oh, CK's rigging it. Good job I haven't got put bets on this. How do I get this to come off? Oh. Anyone that says that the trains are easier in TSW, F4. I think sometimes this is on a timer, isn't it? Out F4. Oh no. Must be a way, because like in TS you can just do this, but is there any... It's because I didn't do the AWS in time. I don't think you press that, do you? Oh dear. Oh, hang on, this might be it. Oh, here we go. I think I fixed it. Right, anyway, the only good thing is that we'll have some clean air ahead of us. No, it's all good, Craig. We're all good. Because all it's going to give us is basically free air between us and that other train now. So we'll be able to just... We're going to catch up with that other train no matter what happens, so... It's just giving us more green. It's just giving us more distance between the trains. Because whatever happens, we're going to catch up with that train again. Pina colada. I think it must have like a timer. I know some of these that you have to wait a certain amount of time. This is what I mean. People say that the trains in TSW, oh yeah, they're very simplified. They're not simplified at all. They are simplified if you know what you're doing. But compared to like the Kuju one, if you did what I did, you just put it into forward again and then you just start moving again. Right, anyway, let's get going. Anyway, 45 minutes so far. So yeah, as I said, Katie could be the surprise winner here. She said an hour and 15, so I don't think it'd be as long as that. Although I think Craig still said 45 minutes, didn't you, Craig, or 48? So you're still kind of the nearest at the minute. Right, I can see a double yellow ahead, which has just changed to a green. got 3 minutes, get a wiggle on. Ain't gonna do it in 3 minutes, that's for sure. Carter said 54. Oh, did he? I must have missed that one. Oh, I thought he meant 54 seconds. Well, I let him have minutes as well. Oh gosh, we just went for a yellow then. Oh God, I hope we stop in time. Don't know, it just depends though, because if we get there on the hour, it's going to be a bit tight, because if Cardiff says 54, then obviously there's going to be a point when could be a bit of leeway in between. Right, we've got a yellow here, so I have to slow down a little bit. So we've caught up with the other train already, because it had to stop at Haywards Heath and Burgess Hill, so, and I think it's stopping at Hazards as well, so as I said, we're going to be stuck behind it now. Destiny's in my hands. Is it like a Barbie doll, Destiny? Oh, I see what you mean now. Sorry, I thought you meant I was holding a doll in my hand called Destiny. I was like thinking, blimey, right. Right, we're just going to do 60 for now, because there's no point speeding, because we're going to get stuck anyway, so we're probably going to get stuck up here because it's going to Hazards, I think, as well. If I remember. Destiny in one hand, wine glass in another. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the train ahead of us is stopping at Hazards, so that's why we're waiting. But anyway, once I've finished this journey, I'll be ending the stream. I will be doing another stream this afternoon, but that'll be more Train Sim Raw. Class 58 scenario, carrying on with that, part 2, and then doing another scenario which I found today on the North Wales coastal route. Just a short scenario though. But it might be quite a nice scenario for those of you that like things like older diesels. And then if I've got time, I'll try and do the next part of the German scenarios I was playing with the around that fictional route. That's an hour-long scenario though, so we'll see what happens if we've got time to play those. Right, anyway, let's just sit here for a minute. Put this on. Let's just zoom ahead. See if we can see the other train in the station or not. No, it's probably giving me a bit of a run first. There we go. Right. Let's turn that off. Let's put that back on. Let's get going again. I'm not going to go too fast because there's probably going to be a red coming up at the other end of the station, so there's no point going crazy because then I won't be able to stop. Yeah, I can see there's a red. Right, that's just changed to a yellow, so now we'll carry on. Six miles to Brighton now. Well, just over 6 miles. Right, looks like a single yellow, so I'm going to slow down a little bit again. Oh, got double yellow, that's good. Can speed up a little bit more now and go up to 60. The other train's probably accelerating ahead. Yeah, I think it's going to be quite close between you and Carter, Katie. Carter said 54 minutes and you said an hour, and is it an hour and 15? So it all depends now on the next few minutes, I suppose. There's the Clayton Tunnel. Let me remote log in and delete that train quickly. Yeah, funny. So we're just doing 60 because I'm just behind double yellows, so there's no point going faster because we'll just have to slow down for a red, so I'm just staying at 60 for now. Right, that just changed to a green, so I will go above 60 briefly because that did change to a green just then, so although we will be probably stuck behind yellows again shortly. But let's get some speed up while we can. I'm hoping that might change to a green just as we get up to it, but we'll see. Yeah, there we go. So we got a little bit out of it. Although we will be slowing to a 75 soon, and then once we're at 75, we're not going any faster than that. It's only the 80s or 90s I go over the limit on everything. I'll keep to the same. Have a green, good. Try and get some of this up before we get to the 75. To start slowing down for the 75 in a sec. See if we can get to 100. Yeah, we got to 100, so we'll now slow down to the 75. I've got to slow down to a 60 now anyway, so well, we would have done, but we still have to abide with the 75, so let's get down to 75. Or more or less with these brakes. These brakes are too, like, yeah. 55 minutes now. And we just have to make a short stop at Brighton while I select the platform to go into, which hopefully won't have to wait too long outside the station here though. Right, coming up to Preston Park now. Right, I've got to slow down to 60. Right, we've got a red coming up, which was set by me. That's just so I can choose a platform to go into at Brighton. Now just imagine if I'd said it was going to take an hour, I'd have been doing quite well, wouldn't I? You could all said it was hacked. that I purposefully made it an hour. Right, let's just stop here a minute. Okay, so let's go and choose a platform then. Let's set a path. And let's find an empty platform in here. Oh, look good, there's a train conveniently just becoming free. So I'm going to put it in this platform here, like so. So that was good timing. That train was just leaving the platform. We might have had to have waited a while because all the platforms are full up. So it was good that this one was leaving just as we got here, because now I can actually go into its space that it left behind. So that was perfect, that. Perfect timing. Too perfect. No, not really. Messed that up. I messed that up. Brakes are too good on this train. Okay, it was 1 hour and 50 seconds. 1 hour and 50 seconds. So there we are. 1 hour and 54 seconds it was. So whoever guessed 1 hour and 50, whoever was closer, I think Carter probably wins that, because he said 54 minutes, so that was like 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes longer. And I think Katie said 1 hour and 15, so yeah, so that would have meant about 14 minutes over. So I think Carter just won that one. So there you go. I don't think there'll be any more southern HSTs. I might have to do a free roam next week where I have to drag the remains of the HST off to somewhere to be fixed. A fix? No. Just the way it goes, I'm afraid, Katie. But not a bad guess though, 1 hour 15. Yesterday it took me about 1 hour and 20. So it just depends what you get stuck behind. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off and stream a bit later. What's the time right now? Just to get an idea. 1:24. Yeah, I'll probably do a stream probably in about half an hour from now. Say 2 o'clock UK time. So it'll just be some more Train Sim Raw. W.H. Smith's getting married on the concourse. I really wish there was a mod where you could actually see what happened with the crash. I don't think much happened. I think it bounced back, but I think one of the coaches kind of come off the track a bit there. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, hopefully a few scenarios. Anyway, I'll see you all soon in the next stream. I'm going to stick this one up on YouTube. Probably about half of it was a rant about TSW5 and cars, but there we go. It is what it is. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else is doing a stream at the minute, but yeah, I'll give them a raid, but I'm just going to shut this one off for now. Thanks for the entertainment. Thank you, Carter. Egbert, cheers. Steam Fan Man, thank you. Katie, thank you. Craig, thank you. Thank you to everybody that was here. And if you have been lurking too, well, that's cool also. Top Sausage, nice to see you as well. Train Repair Man, is he streaming? Okay, I'll go give him a raid. I'm just going to stick my screen up and then I'll mute my mic and I'll go give him a raid. Thanks for watching, everyone.